watch him here. Watch 94. Haley comes in a rush. Watch the shovel here. He's trying to get it to Humphrey. Haley, like a basketball player, just knocks it out of there. Now, Elway says he wants that to be an incomplete pass. He just knocks it down.
So it's 2nd and 10 from the 49er 25. This is the old G formation. Look at this. Now hopefully comes out of here. Elway had to throw early in the direction of Mobley, but he was under severe pressure.
The thing about John Elway, you can give him severe pressure and he can still get the ball away. Because he's so quick to get the ball away, and he's so big and strong that sometimes pass rushes just bounce right off him.
He's just 1 out of 6.
I don't think that he's gotten calmed down yet to play this game.
It surely doesn't look like it.
He has to let a little air out of himself.
In the direction of Mark Jackson, but the 49ers were all over. Don Griffin was the prime defender. With an assist from Tim McKyer.
You say that was not all Elway there. That was great defense by the 49ers.
Treadwell will attempt to kick the field goal for the Broncos. With Gary Kubiak holding, this will be 42 yards away. Far enough. And good enough. The Broncos get the scoreboard. So it's 6:47 left to play in the first quarter. The 49ers 7, the Denver Broncos 3. A scene from the MetLife blimp for today's game. The pilots are Mike Fitzpatrick from Newport, Rhode Island, and Captain Corky Belanger from Mesquite, Texas. Too bad they can't see the game. Terrence Flagler back deep for the 49ers. But it's going to be Flagler at the 4. Brought down by Tyrone Braxton. The story of the Broncos scoring drive, which was finished off with a 42-yard field goal by Treadwell. They kept it 10 plays, went 49 yards, and kept it 3 minutes and 19 seconds.
I think they were able to do that with John Elway just completing 1 out of 7. That was a shovel pass. Again, Jim Burt, the story continues there. They just keep sewing that jersey tighter and tighter. Remember that short yardage play? He got double teamed. I'm sure he feels he was helped.
He doesn't want to give him anything to grab.
That's the answer to everything. Tighten the jersey.
Here's Montana flushed out of the pocket. And chased out of bounds by Alfonso Carragher. No gain.
I think that's great Denver defense there. That's what they want to do, is they clamped on the short guy. There was no one for Montana to throw to. So then they scrambled out to the right. Now they have him. Let's just watch it here, and we'll see here, once he starts to throw, you see that back foot hits, now he wants to throw, and look at this Denver defense. They're all on a line here. He has nothing open. So now he had to hold the ball and go again.
2nd and 10 at the 18. Montana Gray. Atwater up to fill the hole with Mark Munford as they knock it down.
There's a big key to this 49er defense. Ronnie Lott, kind of the soul of the defense, a real leader of everything. And as Ronnie Lott goes, that 49er defense goes. And he's usually the guy that sets the tempo. He hasn't set the tempo yet because Bobby Humphrey has made some pretty good runs.
And Bobby Humphrey, of course, was one of the big question marks getting into this. Rice and Taylor both come wide to the left. Flagler is the man in the backfield. 4 wide receiver setup.
because they didn't let Montana throw to the first guy he wanted to. Watch what happens. He's going to go back here. Now watch, he wants to throw to his right. There's no one open, so he has to bring the ball down and then scramble out to his left and force that ball in there. Good pressure by Simon Fletcher.
Right. Back deep, Vance Johnson is number 82. And Barry Helton, who was a teammate of John Elway at the University of Colorado. A little bit off the side of his foot. Johnson gets up to about midfield, maybe the 48, stopped by Johnny Jackson and Keith DeLong. And so the Broncos will take it over in good shape. But the 49ers lead 7-3 with 5:25 left.
A little homework being done on the Denver sideline. The man holding the pen is Charlie Waters, who was, of course, an outstanding defensive back years ago with the, not too many years ago, as a matter of fact, with the Dallas Cowboys. First down, Denver, their own 48. Pat Summerall with John Madden, Super Bowl number 24. Two tight ends set up for Denver. Ratman comes in motion, and the handoff is to Humphrey. Ball's loose. 49ers have it. Recovered by Chet Brooks.
That's a big play for the 49ers here because the Broncos just scored on their last possession with the field goal. Had good field position here. That was one of the things I think they were worried with Bobby Humphrey. If he plays, will that extra protection on his ribs, will that cause him to fumble? Because when you put the ball up against that extra protection, you can't feel it against your body. I don't know that that's what caused it, but that is a concern coming into the game.
It certainly looked like the ball just slid out of there. This is Rathman. To about the Bronco 40-yard line. Stopped by Mecklenburg. A gain of 14, a flag on the play.
Yeah, that's a big play by the officials there. Last one was a big play with the 49er defense. That one by the officials. Tom Rathman told me yesterday he loves to play in the Silverdome.
Holding, number 61, offense, 10 yards, still first down.
That's the first penalty of the game. It's against the center for the 49ers. Jesse Sapolu. Matt Millen. You know that's not a payphone.
Oh, Matt's telling him what they did on that play and what he did and where Humphrey ran.
Montana to Rice. And they get most of it back. Knocked down by Dennis Smith.
Jerry Rice is almost a perfect athlete. I mean, just the way he runs and moves and catches and then runs after he catches. His toughness going inside, outside. Watch, the minute he catches that ball, he is continuing running. This guy is a threat on any play, any time. I think not only is he the best wide receiver in football today, but maybe one of the best, if not the best, that's ever played this game.
No, not much question about it. First down, 49ers.
You know, watching him practice, though, you know why he's so good. He practices at full speed all the time. I mean, the guy is just amazing. And watching he and Montana, remember we watched him on Thursday the other day in practice, Montana only threw one incomplete pass all day.
In the entire practice.
This is close to a perfect practice as I've ever seen.
Well, he was almost perfect against the Rams as well. That's Rathman over the right side. Stopped by Mecklenburg. Rick Dennison with the assist. Two-yard pickup by Rathman.
That's the offensive line there. You know, the offensive linemen always sit together, and they usually sit together in the same order that they line up next to each other. Keith Karts is number 72, the center there. He's had a great year and a great career.
Second down and 8 at the Denver 42. Craig in motion left. Out to Roger Craig. Steve Atwater and Dennis Smith on the stop.
See, the Bronco defense is really doing what Wade Phillips wanted. Other than the touchdown to Jerry Rice where there was a couple of missed tackles, what the Broncos want to do is anytime a Roger Craig gets the ball or Jerry Rice or Tom Rathman, get a whole bunch of orange jerseys there on them. You know, not rely on 1 or 2 guys, but have 4, 5, and 6 guys tackle.
3rd and 2. To Craig. The old counter play. Close to a first down. We might have to measure. Greg Cragen led the Bronco defense.
The first time Craig ran that ball, that Barton got out there and made a wall for him, and he had a big gainer. That time the Bronco defense played it pretty well. I think that's going to bring up the 4th down.
It is.
This is a big decision here for George Seifert. You're in the Super Bowl. Your first year as a head coach. And as a head coach, you hate those things left, 4th downs and short. You got to make them. He's made his.
They're going after it. Fumble. And Denver has it. Atwater came up with it. Rathman got 4 yards.
You wonder if they're going to say he's down.
First down.
Oh. I'll tell you, they have fouled that up more than anything this year, that fumble thing. It used to be simple. If a guy fumbled, it was a fumble. Now they got it when it's down and when the whistle blew. Looked like he was down, but you don't know when the whistle blew. So if, what they're saying is that whistle blew before that ball came out anyway.
So it's a 49er first down. Ball's at the Denver 31. Fake to Craig by Montana. Looking at Taylor, incomplete. Jerry Rice also was in the area.
Yeah, that was good coverage. There's their teammate, Tony Dorsett, one of the all-time great running backs. Of course, he had that knee injury in training camp and had the surgery and has probably ended his career, but he had a great career for many years, of course, with the Dallas Cowboys and ending up with the Denver Broncos.
A minute and a half left in the first quarter with the 49ers leading 7-3. First, 2nd and 10. Montana out of the pocket. On the run. Incomplete. Intended for Taylor and batted away by Tyrone Braxton.
There is a fired-up cornerback, Tyrone Braxton. I think he was sick and tired of hearing all week about how bad the Bronco corners were and what Jerry Rice is going to do. Here, they have good pass protection to let Montana get out to this position. Braxton running all the way, staying with his receiver, right at the end, reaching his right hand around and making that play on John Taylor. You know, these guys are pro athletes, and they have a lot of pride, too. And sometimes they just have to kind of take it for a while.
3rd down. Montana will throw it again. Quickly to Rice. And Rice almost broke clean. Gets inside the 10, stopped by Corrington. A pickup of 21 yards.
Looks like the 49ers game plan, Pat, is to work Jerry Rice early to the inside Every pass he's caught has been in around the hash marks or in the middle of the field. Bobbles out a little bit. Again, is always thinking what to do after he catches a pass.
First and goal from the 9 for the 49ers. Craig steps out of a couple of tacklers. Got it down to about the 7. Ron Holmes finally brought him down.
Boy, was there a collision in there. Tom Rathman making a lead block. What a collision. In fact, it could have been with Carl Mecklenburg, who was down.
There are a couple of Broncos down, as a matter of fact. That's Mecklenburg right there. 23 seconds remain.
Here's Carl Mecklenburg here. Bruce Colley is going to fire out here and miss and leg whip Mecklenburg right here. Watch your right guard. He fires out. Now watch him right there. He misses his block, and right there he turns and kicks, and he gets Mecklenburg right in the left leg. Here's another look at it from Mecklenburg's side. See him coming over to make the play, and right there he gets a leg whip.
Like it hit him right on the left knee.
All defensive players complain about the 49er offensive tactics of leg whipping.
Second and goal from the 7. Scott Curtis has taken Mecklenburg's place. Montana, Brent Jones, 49er touchdown. Second touchdown pass of the day by Montana. First one to Rice, this one to Brent Jones.
Brent Jones is going to take that ball home with him. Hey, a big part of that success was Joe Montana's ability to run. That was a bootleg pass.
Hofer's extra point is not good. 13-3. Dan Reeves just saying to the referee, I want to see you.
But Montana is going to bootleg. You see, you fake the run to the left, and then you come out to the right. And I still think that no one runs to his right and throws the ball better than Joe Montana. Whereas then Brent Jones, he's one of the things that has made this 49er offense a better offense this year, because they use him more as a tight end. They throw more to John Taylor. They throw more to Tom Rathman. It's not just Jerry Rice anymore and Roger Craig. You have to worry about guys like Brent Jones.
He's the guy who's really come on, and that's the guy who came on a long time ago.
I think some of the things that he's done this year and over his career are just so amazing, because he's doing the same things that 27 other quarterbacks in the league try to do, but he does it so much easier than the rest of them.
And I think a little bit quicker, too.
I think that's the whole. If there's one success or one key to the success of this 49er team, if there's one word, to me it would be quick.
Even in practice, when we watch them during the week, everything seems to happen so fast. Hofer's kickoff goes to Bell at about the 6. To the 25. Knocked down by Spencer Tillman. That's the end of the first quarter with the score. San Francisco 13, the Broncos 3. The 49ers scoring. Montana 20-yard pass to Rice for a touchdown. Then the Broncos got a 42-yard field goal from Treadwell. And then the 49ers came right back with another Montana touchdown pass, 7 yards to the tight end Brent Jones. Montana 7 out of 12. 2 touchdowns. Elway 1 out of 7.
There's a guy out there with a jacket and some equipment. I think they must be changing some equipment on the umpire or referee. They just had the guy come right out there in his jacket and start testing stuff.
Jerry Rice having some work done on his back in the background back there.
Well, you know, Jerry Rice, even when we watched him practice, he just continues to do stuff like this to stay loose. I think that he lost 15 pounds over a year ago, and he is so tightly wound and sprung that he always has to keep all that stuff stretched out.
Here's Elway, chased by Haley. Pass incomplete, almost intercepted. Intended to Mark Jackson. Michael Walter.
Yeah, they talk about that Elway cross, Pat, that John Elway throws that ball so hard that it'll put a cross on the receivers. It may put a cross on a defensive guy after a rebound. Michael Walter could have got that thing after it comes off the Bronco onto him. Half an Elway cross.
2nd and 10. 13-3 San Francisco. Elway back again. Pressure again. Incomplete again. Clarence Kay was the intended receiver.
Elway has only completed 1 pass today, and that was that shovel pass. And part of it maybe is Elway, but a big part of it is this defense too. Look at Ronnie Lott. You're worried about him, how his leg was going to be. All he told me yesterday was there's a football game. And that means that he's going to be there and he's going to play the way Ronnie Lott always plays.
Here's Elway out of the shotgun again. Winder is in the game with Elway. Screen pass to Winder. And nothing there. Well, a gain of 7, but not a first down.
I think the Broncos are a little frustrated here. You know, they know all about the frustration of not winning the Super Bowl and all that talk. Then they come in the game and they get down 13-3. And I think that they have to keep their composure because you have to keep playing. You can't lose your composure.
John Taylor back deep, signals fair catch again, and makes it at about the 32. The 49ers up by 10 have dominated the clock as well. 13-3.
Let's see if Denver's defense can do it.
They put a brace on his leg, but he's back. Up the middle of Rathman. Near midfield. A gain of 18. Rathman stopped by Simon Fletcher.
Yeah, Tom Rathman came from Nebraska where he was really a blocking type guy, never catches a pass, comes with the 49ers. Now they make a pass receiver out of him. This year during the season he caught 73 passes. Most of them like this, those little check through things where you find a hole in there, check through, and Montana just dumps it over the line to you.
Craig to the Denver 45, a gain of 6, stopped by Munford.
Yeah, you look at Roger Craig helmet, and you see it says Husker on it. He and Rathman have the same thing. In fact, there's 3 of the 49ers that went to Nebraska. Jamie Williams, and of course Craig and Rathman. And at the front of their helmet there it says Huskers.
2nd and 4. Here's the Husker. Craig again. First down, San Francisco. Steve Atwater brought Craig down. A gain of 9.
Isn't it funny how it always takes a bunch of guys to get Craig down, though? And they don't keep stats on that, but you wonder how many guys the first guy ever tackle him one-on-one. You know, it always looks like he'll make the first and second and third, and then you really don't get Craig down until you get about 5 or 6 guys there. See how he steps out of that tackle? He makes cuts, he's swiveling, he makes guys, and you don't get him until a whole bunch of orange jerseys are there.
Out of his socks again. Here's Montana out of the pocket. Incomplete. One of the rare times you'll see Montana go left and throw it.
Yeah, and you see what happened. He went left and threw it over Jerry Rice's head. There's Steve Wallace. Now he comes in and plays left tackle for Bubba Paris. Terry Tausch plays right guard for Bruce Colley. They play halves. You see, Bubba will play the first quarter and third quarter. Steve Wallace, number 74 now, plays the second and fourth quarter. They call it tag team tackle.
Same is true with Tausch and Bruce Colley. 1 and 3 and 2 and 4, and Montana's back to throw. Rathman. Another first down. Steve Atwater tripped him up, but a pickup of 12.
I tell you, if they don't get any better pass rush than this, then it's going to be a long day. They're going to set Super Bowl records throwing. Watch Joe Montana here. Now he's ready to throw when he pumps right here. Look at the protection he has. Here's the line. Here's Montana, and look how long he has to pump. He's back there looking, and they better get closer to him and start getting someone knocking him down, or this is going to be a long, long day for the Broncos.
First and 10 for the 24. This is Craig again. Down to about the 16, stopped by Atwater. 8-yard gain.
Yeah, I think Roger Craig, he lost the 9 pounds this week, and he may run right out of his uniform. We know he got those socks off already. He doesn't have enough leg to hold up the socks. Looked like he could just run right out of the jersey and the pants could fall down. This guy is a player. I mean, he only knows one way to play. He practices that same way.
He really does. This is Flagler in motion this time. The handoff is to Rathman. Hit behind the line, but struggled up close to first down yardage. Michael Brooks made the initial hit.
There's Vance Johnson. Of course, he was a big receiver for the Broncos this year. He was saying the other day that he thinks he's as good as Jerry Rice, but so far he's not getting a chance to prove it. There's nothing more frustrating than to be an offensive player and have to sit on that bench for 15 and 20 minutes at a time.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happened to the Bronco offense. 49ers have been on the field most of the time. Third down. Craig breaks a tackle and gets the 49er first down. Hit by Munford and Mecklenburg. Got 3 yards.
Roger Craig plays football the way it's supposed to be played. I mean, he not only plays it hard and he plays it quick and he plays it fast, but he plays it with a smile on his face. I mean, he is a guy who enjoys playing football.
There were some people early in the year who said he's taken too many hits as a running back, that he's lost a step. And he was incensed by those remarks, saying, "I've never felt better."
And I would be incensed by those remarks.
Brought down Craig, this time by Cragen. No gain.
The 49ers just mix up things so well. I mean, they hit you to the right, they hit you to the left. Then they pass to Rice, then they pass to Taylor, then they pass to Rathman, then to Craig. There's just no way to stop any one guy on this team because they have so many offensive weapons.
And they seem like such a happy group, which is a tribute to their owner, Eddie DeBartolo. And to him, George Seifert, 2nd and 10. Craig again. Not much again. Henderson out of bounds.
This is the area when they get inside the 20 that the 49ers worry about passing in this area because the Broncos drop so many guys off. Used to be for years, you should get inside the 20, you never played a zone defense. And now more teams are playing zone, and it's tougher and tougher to find holes in those zones because you don't have the depth down here.
John Taylor, wide left. Rice is to the right. Up the middle of Rathman. And that final lunge got him to about the 2-yard line.
Tom Rathman was telling me yesterday, he said he loves to play in this place. He said he has his best games and his most physical games in this dome. Now, I have no idea how you can have your most physical games in anything that has a roof on it, but that's the way this guy feels, and that's the way he thinks.
The sticks are out, and he was that much short of getting the first down.
You know, it used to be that all the time that he would always look for Craig. Now he's looking more and more for Rathman. And if Rathman keeps making one-handed catches from behind like that, Montana's going to keep looking for him.
If he's wise, and he is.
This is another big call for George Seifert here.
4th and short, and they're going to go for it.
This is the second time they've gone. Last time they gave it to Rathman. What they do again.
Montana indicated that they got it. He had no question in his mind. 1st and goal, San Francisco. They lead it by 10 already. 8:14 left to play in the first half.
Watch the left side of that line take off, and they don't let the Broncos get any penetration. Then you have a big 235-pound fullback, and if the orange jerseys don't get penetration over the white, then Rathman's going to get a first down.
1st and goal, they need 2. That's great. Don't think so. Carricker made the stop.
Watch when that ball is snapped, how quickly everyone moves. Everyone moves at the same time. Good block there by Rathman. Cragen gets the penetration, 71, and he's the guy that didn't allow him to get in the end zone.
2nd and goal. Rathman, touchdown. Well, they haven't signaled yet. The officials haven't. Touchdown, yes. From a yard out by Rathman.
Hey, you're having a big game like this, Rathman and Craig. They're going to name a city after him in the state of Nebraska. That was all Montana this and Montana that, but this drive has been Rathman this and Craig that. The 2 Cornhuskers.
Kofer for the extra point. He missed the last one. That was perfect. So with 7:15 left to play in the first half at the Superdome, 49ers 20-3 over Denver. By Rathman and Craig, the 2 running backs for the 49ers. In fact, they handled the ball in that drive 13 out of the 14 plays.
That's what you call a Nebraska drive. Rathman ran 3 times and had 3 receptions. Craig ran 7 times. So as you say, 13 of those 14 plays, the 2 old Cornhuskers.
Kofer's kick to Carrington at the 1. To the 20. Wolanowski again down on the special teams, leads the charge. And the Broncos take over. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 21. 49ers have had the ball 17 minutes and 43 seconds to 5:02.
Pro football's getting to be a game of coordinators. Here's the offensive coordinator, Mike Holmgren of the 49ers. He makes a good call. They score a touchdown. Look, they get fives up in the press box now for the coaches.
A lot of rumors about him perhaps being a head coach very shortly.
And there's talk about the New York Jets and the Phoenix Cardinals. I think he would make a very good head coach.
Matt Millen to knock Bobby Humphrey back for a 3-yard loss.
Matt Millen was fired up yesterday. He says that he knows how to attack. He said a guard pulls, boom, I hit that hole and attack it. I don't know that anyone attacks it like Matt Millen or celebrates. He was showing me his shoes. He said he played here in Super Bowl 15 in this stadium against the Philadelphia Eagles, and he said he wore the same shoes. He brought out those shoes. He said they worked good in Super Bowl 15. He said, I think they're going to work good in Super Bowl 24.
Well, so far they really are.
Working good.
Second and 13. Elway dropped away to Humphrey. Not much. It'll bring up 3rd and 11. Kevin Fagan made the stop with an assist from Millen.
You know, we were out here in the practice field yesterday. I was talking to Matt Millen. They had all these tractors and floats out here, and he said, he looked at those tractors and he said, geez, look at all those great looking tractors. He said it's too bad they have to ruin them by pulling floats behind them. I've never seen a linebacker that ever liked to float anyway behind a tractor.
Plus,
either like the tractor or the float.
He looks like he could operate the tractor. Elway through the hands of Mark Jackson, incomplete. That one was there, but he throws the ball so hard.
Yeah, but he had everything here. He has good pass protection. He has a good pocket. See the pocket there where he can step up, find his receiver, and then still step up and throw. That's pass protection. As you say, you got to catch those. You have to catch those. Ronnie Lott came up and gave him a forearm in the head to remind him he was going to be there.
Again, it's John Taylor chasing the punt. Which goes out of bounds close to midfield, and the 49ers will operate one more time with good field position. 30-yard punt. 49ers leading Denver 20-3 with 5:27 left in the first half. 5:27 left to play in the first half from the Superdome. 49ers leading Denver 20-3. Pat Summerall with John Madden. Here the scoring drive. 10 plays, 10 plays, 14 plays. The last one featuring Rathman and Craig, the first two mostly Montana. He's 10 out of 16 for 131 yards. To Craig. Maybe a yard. Tyrone Braxton and Dennis Smith up to stop.
You know, one thing the Broncos didn't do early, they didn't pressure Montana, so he was able to get those first couple touchdowns. Now they can go to their running game already. Look, they've only sacked him once, but that was one time when Montana ran out of bounds. They've only made him hurry twice, you know, throw when he didn't want to. But more important than that, they have yet to knock him down. And I think that if you are going to have any success against Joe Montana, you got to knock him down yet. The Broncos haven't knocked him down yet today.
They're going to show him a 5-man rush right here, although one of the up linemen backs out of there. Craig is really hit by Dennis Smith. He has a reputation of being one of the toughest of the safety men. In fact, both of the Broncos safety men do that.
There's something. Watch Dennis Smith, 49. He's getting back in his zone, reading. Then he sees the ball thrown, and he's going to come out. The first guy holds him up a little here. Watch, the first guy Braxton kind of has him held up. Craig was in the middle of a spin, and Dennis Smith just unloaded on him.
3rd and 9, midfield. Craig, not enough for a first down. Complete pass hit by Braxton and Atwater.
I think Braxton and these guys are getting fired up a little too late. I mean, I know that they have to do it, but the 49ers just did surgery on this Bronco defense in this first half.
Vance Johnson back deep. Barry Helton will be the punter.
I don't think the Broncos have enough guys out there in punt return. Great.
Good job of coverage by Bill Romanowski. One more time. Third time he's made the tackle on special teams.
That was a good move by the 49ers. They didn't huddle. They just rushed their punt team out and boom, punted the ball, and Denver really wasn't out there and organized when they got that punt off.
And again, they'll start deep in their own territory at the 16. Summarizing the scoring again. Montana to Rice. Then a field goal by Treadwell made it 7-3. Montana to Jones, 13-3. And then Rathman on a 1-yard run made it what it is now, 20-3. Elway dumps it out to Humphrey. Out to the 20. Chased and stopped by Michael Carter.
Hey, let's watch Michael Carter here. Here's a guy who's so strong. Watch him here. He's going to start in the pass. He's always going to get double teamed. Boom, he stays to center, comes off the guard, starts pushing Waddell right back into the quarterback. Now he sees the ball thrown. Boom, turns, runs right down the line where the guy's going to be and gets a hit on Bobby Humphrey. Michael Carter hasn't been healthy all year, but when he is, he's the best nose tackle in the game.
2nd and 6. Elway to throw it. To Kay. Gain of 6. Matt Millen made the stop.
I don't know that Kay caught that pass. It may be the first one, but watch what happens when you're as good as Michael Carter and your arms are that big. When you go to jump, they're going to cut you. Watch, you go to try and get your hands up. They don't go up with you. You go up, they go down. Wow, they go and they just block you right on your toes.
First down, Denver. I think they had to put an extension in Michael Carter's jersey. He is big and strong.
I mean, those big arms and pads, and he gets those hands on you and gets those legs moving. You're going to go backwards, even if you're as big as a guy like Keith Karts.
No way to throw it again. Gets it to Johnson. Johnson worked his way out to about the 34-yard line. Beat Kugler. And Don Griffin made the stop. 2 minutes left in the first half, with the 49ers dominating the Broncos by the score of 20-3. Wonderful shots of the Crescent City.
Yeah, well, you know, if they really wanted to do something, they ought to come in the dome. I mean, they can stay outside and give you pictures like this. But if this thing were really something, they'd just fly the blimp in the dome and then give you the shots of the football.
I'm not really sure there's an entrance that would accommodate them.
Hey, just blast in. Look at this, Montana, 12 out of 18, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns. Now, Elway, 5 out of 14 for 52 yards, but one of those was a screen, one was a shovel pass, and he's just starting to get going now. In fact, that one to Vance Johnson was the first reception to a wide receiver.
Second quarter has not been good to the Broncos. So far, the entire game has not been good to the Broncos. Second down, 2. Elway intended for Vance Johnson, and he just missed him.
I think the other thing is the ball really wasn't in a good position. It kind of had to come under and kind of bounced out there. Yeah, I just feel that Elway hasn't gotten started yet. Now, part of that is they haven't gotten enough first downs to get anything going. And then on the other side of it, the 49ers have had the ball so much of the time that they haven't, you know, he's been cold all the time.
3rd and 2. There's the pass knocked away. Intended for Jackson. The defender was Don Griffin. Good play. McKyer knocked it down. I beg your pardon.
You don't want to make too many great plays if you're a defensive back for the 49ers. Tim McKyer makes this one, and after he makes the play, about 5 guys hit him in the head. And the last one was Jim Burt. He was over there, and he gave him a shot and almost knocked his neck back.
Taylor back. The field to punt. Ooh, we got a good punt. And goes down at about out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. Harry Sidney was the guy who got the first block.
And they just activated Harry Sidney. He's number 24, coming off a broken arm. Boy, that is one that loosens up the sinuses.
Yeah.
And that is also the one that breaks John Taylor loose.
That will trouble your eyesight, a hit like that.
Harry Sidney, of course, has always been a leader on this 49er special teams.
Montana has got some kind of a bandage on his right elbow. It wasn't there earlier. Gets it out to Rathman. Stopped by Simon Fletcher.
Yeah, over the years, Montana has had problems with his elbow. And I think that's just a protective pad there that you get just when you hit the ground. I know he did wear that against the Rams a little, too.
Montana comes out on the scramble. And gets down near first down yardage. Stopped by Henderson. And timeout San Francisco.
This is the area, this 2-minute drill where Montana's as good as anyone.
Well, the 49ers have 2 remaining timeouts. The 49ers lead it 20-3. And they've been successful in situations like this. In fact, extremely so.
Well, you know, it's one of the things that we went to practice. We watched the 49ers on Thursday, then we watched them yesterday. They practiced this both days, and it looks like the part of football that Joe Montana enjoys the most. I mean, I think that he is always a competitor. I think he becomes a bigger competitor in these situations. Of course, I don't know when the score's 20-3.
Right. Well, you'd like to get more, of course.
Well, if they get one here, we're en route to a blowout.
1:05 left in the first half. 3rd and short. 3rd and about a yard. Rice, wide right. Four-yard pickup gives the 49ers a first down. A tackle by Holmes. No huddle. Ready to go. Montana. To Wesley Walls. One of their 3 tight ends. Munford made the stop. 49ers call a timeout with 40 seconds remaining. So they're down to 1 now. With Terry Bradshaw and the Chicago Bears head coach Mike Ditka. And we'll have the Super Bowl 24 halftime spectacular featuring the Peanuts. That's all coming up at the halftime. 2nd and 1.
Can't beat a good peanut show.
You have to watch that. Montana going up top to Rice. Touchdown. 38 yards away. Rice's 2nd touchdown of the day. Montana's 3rd touchdown pass. Topher for the extra point. (27-3).
That was a play that the 49ers set up because they took the time out. They went over to the sideline, and they talked about getting Jerry Rice up the middle. There's one coverage that the Broncos use. It's just too deep where they have the safety come over and the corner come up. And they thought that they could get Jerry Rice or John Taylor or Brent Jones down the middle on him. That's the play that Mike Holmgren was talking about. In that area, when they give us that type of coverage, we can get a post in there. Now you see the coverage I'm talking about. The corner comes up, the safety comes over, the corner comes up, the safety comes over, and look at this middle here. That's the area that they're going to try and hit. You see how deep those safeties are and how far over to the sides? And once Jerry Rice, right there, see the big middle they have? They can't get anyone in there.
And, of course, it helps, too, John, that the pass was perfect.
You know, and Mike Holmgren was saying, I don't know that we're going to get that coverage. I don't expect that we will, especially with Jerry Rice there. But if they do, that's the one we're going for.
Well, you have to give him credit for spotting it, as well as Montana.
And then Jerry Rice for running it. In fact, they're not even up there. That's an empty press box. When you are up there calling offenses and defenses and you're ahead 27-3, you can start eating hot dogs earlier in the rest.
Elvin Bratton fielded the short kickoff. And with 28 seconds to play in the first half, the Broncos will have a couple of shots. What do you say if you're Dan Reeves when you go in for the half?
Well, you know, they're down 27-3, but they haven't even gotten started yet. I would think it's the type of thing that you just, on offense, say we have to get something started. But we haven't, John Elway hasn't gotten out of the pregame warm-up yet. The receivers aren't getting open. I think they have to go to a formation like this and just air it out the whole second half.
Almost every play. Elway to Jackson. Incomplete. Broken up by Eric Wright.
They get some of that and hope that they don't get coverage like this. They get guys open. You know, had he thrown that a little deeper, Jackson may have had a step on Eric Wright. This is not a half of football that John Elway is going to want to remember.
He's 5 out of 17 for 52 yards. 49ers lead it 27-3. On the other side, Montana's 15 out of 21. 3 touchdowns. Elway. Steve Sewell. First down for Denver. Stopped by Romanowski. 12 seconds to go as the Broncos take a timeout. At the Superdome in New Orleans, number 24. And so far, it's been just about what was predicted. Elway back to throw it again. Sideline over Michael Young and out of bounds. 6 seconds left.
Hey, the San Francisco 49ers have played this first half on a different level than the Denver Broncos have.
Been a clinic.
It has. I mean, offensively, they've done everything they've wanted to do. Defensively, they haven't given John Elway or his receivers a sniff.
Elway out of the shotgun this time. I imagine he'll spend a lot of time in the shotgun in the second half. Chased by Romanowski, but he has time. Out of bounds. Enough of a scramble.
This is how it happened.
16-5 in first downs, but down at the bottom, well, it all shows you why the score is 27-3. But look at that time of possession.
That's the thing, I think. You know, everyone's going to say, why didn't the Broncos do this? Why didn't Elway do that? In the first half, they really didn't have the ball. We talked. I think that key play for the Broncos was that Bobby Humphrey fumble at midfield when they were just down 7-3.
Treadwell set to start the second half of Super Bowl 24. Terrence Flagler at the 10. Taken down at the 23 by Kip Corrington. And the Broncos have got to air it out.
Yeah, you always talk about what the team that's down has to do. Even the team that's ahead has a problem, because I remember being in these situations and being ahead, and guys like Bubba Paris wants to know if he can play fullback. And the center, Jesse Sapula, wants to go back and play guard again. And, of course, Steve Young wants to play. And guys want to do different things, and they forget that you have to play the second half the way you played the first half.
This is a familiar 49er script. Get ahead, and then go back to your running game. If Montana's going to throw. To John Taylor. That's his first catch of the day. 8-yard pickup. Wyman Henderson brought him down.
Hey, I think the Broncos are trying to get fired up, and then they come back, and they're still a little frustrated. Look what Joe Montana did in the first half by distance. See, he was 11 for 13 under 10, 3 for 6, 10 to 20. Then he hit one deep one out of 2, that deep post to Jerry Rice. But he has really thrown the ball mostly under 10 yards.
That's pretty much his pattern. Second down and 2. Rathman. Knocked backwards. Hit by Scott Curtis. Didn't get a first down. I don't think.
I would think that they'll probably come right back again to that side. When Bubba Paris is in there, they like to run behind him, and they don't pull him much. Because Bubba is, you know, they list him at 299. Bubba is closer to 399 than 299. He's not 399. Now, he'll get mad when I say that, but he's closer to 399 than 299.
He told me the other day when you introduced me, be sure you say that 299 so my mother can hear it. Rathman. Stopped by Greg Friggin. I don't know if he got the first down or not.
This is going to be one of those spot deals. This is what Bubba does. You know, he's so big that he says he wants to get his mass on you. And when he gets that mass on you, I'll tell you, that does tire you out. I mean, he just goes and goes and goes. And then at the end, he falls on you. How'd you like to be Holmes there? You're thinking, this is a tough job. At least the Broncos stopped it. So their first goal was to get something going defensively. They've done that.
On 4th and short, the 49ers will punt. Barry Helton, the punter, and that's Vance Johnson.
Like I said, sometimes it's tougher to fire up the team that has the big lead than it is the team that has the big deficit.
Good kick. Johnson signals fair catch. Makes it. The Broncos get their first start of the second half from the 24-yard line. 42-yard punt. So the Denver defense did its work.
John Elway, I think, has to kind of relax and just let things flow. He threw those first 2 passes incomplete, and I don't think in the first half he ever got loosened up.
He missed those first 2 badly. Then they got something going, and then the fumble by Humphrey, and since then it was all 49ers. Mobley in motion. Throws the interception to Michael Walter. And the 49ers get it back at the Denver 27.
Well, whatever they talked about at halftime, I'm sure that wasn't it. Come out, let's open this thing up and throw one to a linebacker. Again, now the 49ers know they have to pass. Good pass rush. They get in his lanes. You see, Haley was right there. Michael Walter was in the lane. I don't think Elway ever saw Michael Walter because of Haley. You see Haley coming from his left right there? I don't think he saw him.
Sure didn't look like it. 1st and 10 49ers at the Denver 28. Rice, touchdown. It didn't take long.
I tell you, it's the same pattern. It's against the same coverage. That was the thing that they thought they could do. That's the third touchdown to Rice on a post pattern, right in the middle, splitting that defense.
Montana has been magnificent.